Well, good morning. It is a beautiful Monday, and we got the truck loaded up with supplies today. We're headed out to the homestead before it gets too hot this afternoon. We got some work we're going to be doing with Abigail. So as you all know, that Abigail's got her little RV out there, and she's been living on the homestead for the last month or so, and she's enjoying it. One of the things we got to do is we got to get her some water, though. So we've got an old structure on the homestead that started off as a rain catchment roof, and then we were going to turn it into an animal shelter. And today we're going back to its original purpose. We're going to make a rain catchment roof for her so that she can catch rain and we don't have to worry about her bringing in tanks from town anymore. So what she's got is basically an 8-foot by 10-foot structure, and that's going to give her how much square feet? 80 square feet. So it's going to catch quite a bit of water. Then we're going to hook up some IBC totes that we've got cleaned out, sanitized for her, and that'll be in a second video. Today we're basically going to put the roof on, the guttering on, and a few other things. Stick around.
Watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the homestead and our job site for today. So today we're putting in the rain catchment. We're going to convert this frame that we've got here behind us into a rain catchment for my daughter Abigail, who is currently living on the homestead in her little RV. I say little, it's actually a 28 or 30 foot RV, and it's got all the creature comforts of home. She's got her generator, she's got solar, she's got power, but the one thing she doesn't have is water, and we're about to fix that. We've got a 275 gallon IBC tote here that's clean and sterilized. And we've got that frame that we started building a few years ago that we're going to turn into a rain catchment system for her. Now, Abigail's got an RV, and I call it her tiny home because she lives in it. She's been out here on the property now for about a month and a half, 6 weeks, something like that, and she's having a good time living here. She works in construction, and at some point she would like to travel and see this great country of ours. So the RV made sense for her because she can take her home with her. Better than living in a hotel. So like I said, this started off as a rain catchment, and it was then going to be turned into an animal shelter, and now we're back to a rain catchment. So what we've got to do is we've got to clean out some of this lumber that was stockpiled underneath here, and then we're going to mow down all this grass. We'll put down a weed barrier. We've got some mulch over there in the background that we're going to use. And yeah, be a good time. Let's get to work. Everything growing back, so we're going to use some weed barrier here, and we'll put a couple layers down, and then we're going to put mulch over this. What I'm recommending to Abigail is she gets herself some 2x6s and puts them on the outside of this water containment or this water catchment roof here. And the only reason for that is it'll keep the rest of the grass from creeping in, and it'll be a barrier. That can be done at a later time, but like I said, Let's get this weed mat down. So if you're paying real close attention, when we were laying our roofing panels, we took a 2x4, which is 1 3/4 inches, and we used that as our spacer. So that gives us our fall that's going to put us in about right in the middle of the gutter, so we're not going to lose any water. How much water are we collecting? Well, the old rule of thumb is for every inch of water, a square foot will get you 0.623 gallons. So if you do the math, we got an 80 square foot roof here, rain catchment roof. It's going to collect approximately 50 gallons of water, well, 49 and some change. So roughly 50 gallons of water for every inch of rain. Now Abigail's going to have a 275 gallon tote. You can figure out how many inches she's going to need to keep that full. Is it going to solve all of her problems? No, but it is going to help her out in the long run. So right now we're going to head over to Mary's, who is my neighbor, and she has some extra stuff that she is donating to Abigail for her rain catchment system. And I want you to take a peek at her system, because we're going to make a homemade first flush system, and she has a commercial first flush system. Just in case you don't know, a first flush system is when it first starts to rain, that first gallon or two that comes off your roof is going to have a lot of silt. It's going to have some dirt. It's going to have some pollution in it, and there's going to be dirt or silt or whatever, dust sitting on top of your roof. So that first few gallons is going to basically collect in your gutter, and you don't want to be drinking whatever was sitting on your roof or whatever's in the water. So the first flush system is basically going to flush away the first couple gallons, so that what she's getting in her tote is going to be absolutely clean. Now we're going to treat the totes a couple of different ways. One, we're going to use 0.5% of bleach. We could use up to 1% of bleach, chlorine bleach, and I use a specific type of bleach for that that's going to, she's not going to taste it. She's not going to smell it. It's going to off gas, but it's going to kill anything that might be living inside the tote or inside the rainwater. The other thing we're going to do to keep algae from growing is we're going to take this tote apart, and in part 2 of this, we're going to paint it black and get it ready to go in place. So this is what I was talking about. This is a rain reserve. This is a first flush water diverter. Comes in off of Mary's downspout here on her gutters, which her rain catchment is the roof there, the roofing panels, same kind we set up for Abigail. Water's going to come down here. There's a little diverter valve in here. The first gallon or so is going to fill this up and then go down the drain. And when there's enough of it that there's a little chamber in here that's got a flapper, it's going to, that first flush, once it gets the first gallon or so, whatever it's set at by weight, it's going to capture that water. It's going to move a flap, and then the rest of the clean water is going to come down the spout here into her rain catchment barrels. So again, this is what we're going to build for ourselves.
Beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold